This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. The characteristics that define the Rolex brand and make it a leading Swiss luxury watchmaker are its timeless and iconic design, durable reliability, and its comfortable fit on the wrist. In addition, Rolex is known for its pursuit of excellence in timekeeping and its extensive marketing efforts that span diverse fields. The Rolex Submariner is considered one of the most legendary watches ever created and is widely regarded as the most renowned timepiece in the world. In recent months, prices for the Submariner, especially the newer models, have decreased in line with broader market trends. Although the price decrease has made submariners more affordable, it remains uncertain how prices will change in the future. Therefore, investing in vintage submariners is a safer option for long-term investment opportunities. Vintage submariners have a fascinating history and unique charm, and their limited availability over time makes them even more valuable for collectors. If you have decided to purchase a Submariner for its classic and aesthetic appearance, you need not look any further for the best Rolex Submariner watch. In today's video brought to you by Luxury World, we will examine 5 different Rolex Submariner references that may not be affordable but have the likelihood of increasing in value over time. If you still have not subscribed to our channel, make sure to do it now so you can stay updated on our future videos. Rolex Submariner Reference 5512. The Reference 5512 Submariner is a classic timepiece that was first introduced in 1959 and remained in production until 1980. Its design established the look that we recognize as the Submariner today. The case size of the Reference 5512 increased to 40 mm and included crown guards, contributing to its proper tool watch appearance. Reference 5512 is closely related to Reference 5513, which we will discuss later. The main difference between the two is that the Reference 5512 is a certified chronometer, unlike the Reference 5513. Consequently, the text superlative chronometer officially certified appears on the lower half of the Reference 5512 dial. According to many enthusiasts, the 5512 Submariner is considered quite rare in the secondary market due to its shorter production period. This is why it is often included in the list of the best Rolex Submariner watches to purchase. To find the most sought-after versions, it is crucial to research and seek the guidance of an expert. Here are some essential factors to consider. Firstly, there is a distinction between early models with gilt dials and later versions with matte black dials. Gilt dial watches are more valuable, but it is essential to purchase one in excellent condition. Owning a Submariner with a well-preserved gilt dial is a wise investment as its value is expected to increase over time. Rolex has implemented several production updates and peculiarities over time. The square guards on the crown were replaced by what collectors refer to as eagle beak guards, which were subsequently replaced by pointed guards. The dial inscriptions were also altered many times, and lume usage increased. Although some dials and bezel inserts have discolored over time, they are considered more valuable as collectibles. Submariner Reference 5512 can be obtained for just over $15,000. However, one in excellent condition with its original box and paper, or a version with a unique dial or faded bezel, can fetch up to $65,000. Rolex Submariner Reference 5513. The Submariner Reference 5513, which is a non-certified chronometer of the Reference 5512, is another Submariner reference that was produced for a long time from 1962 to 1989. It has various versions, just like Reference 5512, with different crown guards and dial options including gilt and matte black versions. The text order and underlining also vary between watches. There are also some unique variations of the Submariner Reference 5513, including the Bart Simpson version, named after the shape of the Rolex coronet, and even some extremely rare models with an Explorer dial that have sold for incredibly soaring prices. The mil-spec version is also highly sought after and features minute markings on the bezel insert, sword-shaped hands, fixed bars, and the T logo indicating the use of tritium lume instead of radium. The 5513 models with 2 lines of text on the dial may be preferred by some traditionalists for its balance compared to the 4-line Comex-graded 5512. However, both transitional models offer an attractive blend of early and modern Submariner features, making them highly desirable for collectors to pursue. As these rarer versions are in higher demand, they are more likely to appreciate faster over time. Regardless of the specific version, the classic reference 5513 is likely to increase in value over time if it is in good condition. Rolex Submariner reference 6536. The Rolex Submariner reference 6536 is a highly sought-after reference among vintage Rolex enthusiasts and one of the earliest versions of the Submariner. It is closely related to the reference 6538 that Sean Connery wore as James Bond in the movies. The primary distinction between these two references is that the reference 6536 features a smaller 6mm crown, while the 6538 has an 8mm crown, earning it the nickname Big Crown Sub. The reference 6536 was manufactured from 1956 to 1959 before being replaced by the 5512. The Rolex Submariner 6536 features a smaller 37mm stainless steel case and is powered by the Rolex Caliber 1030. There were several dial variants with red and white text, and the hands were changed multiple times. Ref. 6536 has 3 different versions: early, intermediate, and final, which differ in terms of the bezel and hand markings. The early model has a black bezel with no markings, while the final two have a red triangle at the 0/60 position and bezel markings from 0 to 15. Rolex Submariner reference 168000. The Submariner reference 168000, nicknamed the 000, is a reference that is not yet highly sought after and therefore does not command soar prices. Produced for a brief period of just 9 months from 1988 to 1989, this model was a transitional one that introduced 904-liter stainless steel to the Rolex diver, a departure from the conventional 316-liter stainless steel used in previous generations. From a technical standpoint, this watch is the same as its predecessor. Collectors of Rolex watches tend to be drawn to unusual variations of classic models, so it is possible that the value of the Submariner reference 168000 will increase over time. Since it was only in production for a brief period, it resulted in limited production numbers that often lead to higher prices. Currently, the prices of reference 168000 are comparable to those of the reference 16800 and 16610, but this could change in the future, making it an intriguing model to include in one's collection. In the past, it has not been uncommon for rare models to catch the attention of Rolex collectors and become sound investments. Rolex Submariner reference 1680. The Submariner reference 1680 is another iconic model, manufactured from 1969 to 1979. This Submariner model was the pioneer in incorporating a date window beneath the Rolex Cyclops lens. There are multiple variations of this watch, with those having the Submariner label in red being referred to as the Red Sub by collectors and luxury watch enthusiasts. In the mid-1970s, Rolex created some limited editions of the reference 1680 featuring the Comex logo on the dial. These watches were made for the French Comex team of divers who specialized in underwater engineering. Today, collectors highly after seeking these models, together with the Comex versions of the refs 5513 and 5514. The watches are identifiable by the large logo on the dial and the helium escape valve located on the left side of the case. The introduction of the first gold Submariner alongside the classic stainless steel model was made through this reference. The initial release was an 18-karat yellow gold model with a black dial and bezel insert, while the second model sported a blue bezel and dial, establishing the iconic color combination still in use today. It is not difficult to locate a stainless steel reference 1680, with prices beginning at around $10,000, although they can rapidly increase for Red Sub or Tiffany dial versions. As with other Rolex models, features such as a discolored tropical dial or faded bezel can raise the value of a watch, resulting in asking prices of $60,000 or higher. While the higher end of this range will offer more unique pieces, the more inexpensive timepieces will also become sought after by collectors over time. The Submariner remains a reliable choice. With a legacy spanning more than 60 years, every iteration of the Rolex Submariner is an exceptional work of horology. It is a functional, utilitarian, and timelessly fashionable timepiece, making it impossible to go wrong with any Submariner model. Investing in watches requires patience and long-term commitment. Do not expect immediate returns and remember that it takes time. While you monitor the value of your Rolex Submariner, it is recommended that you wear it regularly and appreciate its craftsmanship. The Submariner has earned its reputation as the world's most popular diving watch, so enjoy your investment. Here goes the list of the Rolex Submariner references that are worth considering as investments. We would appreciate hearing your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video, please let us know in the comments below, and do not forget to follow us and give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching Luxury World, and we hope to see you again in our upcoming videos.